we finally got the garage cleaned up. So now I'm gonna get the Jeep pulled in here, see what it needs to actually be an okay trail rig. And so just sit tight. We're gonna see if this thing even fits in here to start, and then go from there. That is so damn close. Check this out. That shovel, I might actually have to move it. We'll see. So it made scary noises, but it ain't nothing scary. That's all it was. I thought for sure I clipped the garage door opener. All right, so let's start going through this thing. She's got a lot wrong, but it is what it is. It's a good start, if nothing else. So here's the list that I came up with. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, so I'm gonna pull it up here. Feel free to pause that. I don't want it taking up all the video. I'm gonna go through and show you guys why I'm selecting what to redo or change and kind of the priority list. A lot of the stuff on that list is going to be stuff that happens later. I need to make sure this 4.0 isn't going to be a problem once I get the water pump put in. Then I'll be able to decide if it's worth going through the front end and through the rest of the Jeep. Because if this 4.0 is bad, it's got a bad head gasket or anything like that, I'm pulling the motor and I'm putting an LS and 110s in it. I'm not going to sit here and fuck with this 4.0 forever. So like I said, the water pump's up first. Then we'll get all the sticks and leaves and shit out of the engine bay so it doesn't catch on fire. Then we're gonna come down here and do that axle U-joint right there. And that one. They're both separating, as you can see a little bit of silver in there. You can see it there. That one doesn't even have any needle bearings in it. It only has a couple. And that one is actually the exact same. So then we're going to go on to the U-joints for sure. And then we're going to go on to pretty much every ball joint in the front suspension. I don't know what crossover steering kit this is. And I don't know what ball joints to use. I haven't been able to find part numbers or anything. So I'm just going to get a new crossover steering kit. For what I'll pay for a new one, it's probably about 6s on price for every ball joint. And I don't have it wrote down, but these, the C ball joints, the uppers and lowers, I'm going to be in there anyway. I'm more than likely going to have that off getting the axle out, or the U-joint out. So I'm going to do those as well. Then the front end will be pretty much all the way gone through. I need some bushings where the links are connecting to the axle. I would imagine they're probably all wore out. At least the uppers are for sure worn out. Then we're going to go through and find all these fluid leaks. At least find them. I might not fix them, but at least locate them. Which that one's just coming from the oil filter housing. But I also want to go through and see what differentials I have and what kind of lockers are actually in there. Whether it's just welded or If it's some kind of lunchbox locker, just see what's in there. I don't want to put a lot of time and effort into these Dana 30s because once they break, I'm not fixing them. I'll put it on 1-tons. I'm not fucking with any of the stock Jeep shit. So more on the undercarriage. This big old rust hole right here. I'm at least gonna put some plate over it on the inside for now. Get the cab sealed up. That's really the biggest rust I found. I mean, obviously there's a little bit in the rocker, but these rockers are beat to shit anyway, so I don't care. I'm not worried about that at all. This is a little annoying once your feet get wet. I just noticed the transmission's leaking like a sieve. Probably just a pan gasket. So I don't know really how worried I am about that, but it would be nice for this thing not to leave a mess everywhere. Looking farther back, the U-joints do look okay. I probably could get away without replacing them, but it's a peace of mind thing. This is one that I really wanted to show you guys. So this exhaust is not the best. This is ran in a horrible spot. I didn't build this Jeep from starters, but what's gonna happen now is it's gonna have a similar approach. So from that clamp there, I'm gonna hug this frame rail and come up the side a little higher and probably do an axle dump how it is, but a lot better done. I've already had the fuel tank out. The sock was plugged, so I just pulled the sock off. So I know the fuel tank's good. I want to go through the brakes, all four, just to make sure they're copacetic. And then once I'm doing that, I'm going to check the e-brake. So on the list, I haven't quite decided what I want to do about it. But those shackles are clearly making contact with the body back here. So I don't know if I'm going to cut the back of the body out and give them room to move, or if I'm going to relocate them. I don't know quite what I want to do there. I got to bring the rear end up an inch or two anyway, so I may just bring that down and rotate the axle. But I'm not convinced either way on what I want to do. These cutoff mounts right here are what's making me want to identify the rear end, because I do not think that these things were sprung under axle from factory. They may have been. I don't know much about these Jeeps. But that does make me want to identify what rear end that is. I don't remember what an 8.8 diff cover looks like for sure. But if that's an 8.8, I don't have to worry about the rear end near as much as the front end. I don't think it is, but I don't remember. I guess it could be, because I think I remember them having that little weird thing on top of the axle. But I don't know for sure, so. That's going to be something I got to do some digging into. It's been a while since I've really worried about an 8.8 rear end, and they've all been independent that I've been looking at for the drift car stuff. So that pretty much sums up the undercarriage. For the engine bay, I'm not really doing much. I'm going to replace the air filter that was so crummy it's missing now. And that's pretty much it underneath the hood. Because like I said, if anything's wrong with this 4.0, I'm not fucking with it. This is pretty high on my list just because it looks terrible. It's a fucking vent for a house, like what you would put on your furnace doors or things like that. It's literally a house vent just screwed to the damn hood. So I know these things struggle with cooling to begin with. So kind of what I'm thinking for the hood is just do a 2-inch universal cowl welded on it and have the back actually be open so some air can get through this thing without having to have hood risers, because I think they look trashy. It makes the hood look like it doesn't fit. Granted, it's not a show truck. Don't really care, but kind of do. So again, this is assuming that the 4.0 is good and I don't have any issues after I do the water pump tonight. But no matter what, this has to change. I might have to come up here so the camera will actually show it. But watch this fender to door. That's not acceptable. People getting in and out all the time, that's fucking annoying. I don't want to deal with that. The other thing is the rear door handle. I mean, yeah, sure, you can still open it just fine. But once you're a 6-year-old and you're down here and you're pulling on this damn door handle, you're not going to get it open. This is another non-negotiable that I have. I have no issues with this door. It opens just fine. It also shuts on its own. So you park on any slight bit of an incline, and you're sitting there fighting this damn thing to get out. So that's a non-negotiable. So not only is the hatch a giant pain in the ass to wrestle, so I have to get new gas shocks, but there's no fucking tail light. And I want it road legal. It's not going to be a highway driver or nothing like that, but I want to be able to go from trail to trail without getting pulled over. This rack is not held on very well. Not only is it loose, but these rails are held together with that ratchet strap that's up there. They're coming disconnected from the roof. So the roof rack is on the list, but I want to do a hybrid cage to take care of the roof rack. So half the cage will be out, half the cage will be in. So that's kind of on the later side of things after I make sure everything's functioning how I want it. Let's give you an interior shot because it's on the list too. So whoever, ow, the fucking door again. But whoever owned it before me, it's just a trail rig, I get it. But I like shit a little bit cleaner than that. So I want to go through and clean everything. And there's no radio at all. So I want some tunes. Probably gonna go through the door speakers. Probably put a sub in it. Nothing crazy, just a little bit. Another thing I kind of want to do, but I'm not like gung-ho on it, is I want to take the airbag out and make a little shelf or storage container, basically a second glove box. Oh, apparently the glove box needs stops. I need a driver window regulator because this works, but only for so long. I have down or I have up. It works, but I don't like that. The dude I picked it up from, he told me who this was. I guess it's some YouTube people, but they signed the glove box. If anybody knows who that is and you want this damn glove box cover lid, I'll ship it to you. Just pay the shipping. I don't want to pay to ship it, but you pay the shipping. It's yours. I don't know who it is. These studs, little spikes on top of the fucking lug nuts are welded on, and the lug key is not with the Jeep. I'm gonna be cutting those off at a bare minimum so I can get to the lug nuts without having to make a socket. I'm gonna go through the engine mounts and the transmission mount, as long as the 4.0 is good. I have the transmission mount already, but I know the engine mount's bad because you can see it rocking more than it should. I have different front seats that I want to get mounted in here. I have different rear seats too, but that's going to be a little bit more of a project because the way the floor pan is, And just like any trail rig, it needs wiper blades, as you can see. These ones quite literally are completely gone. So, not a big deal. So thanks for watching. Now we got to figure out how we're going to pay for all this. I'm probably going to get an eBay truck in here, kind of show you guys what I do there. Make sure you interact with the videos somehow. I don't care how. Whether you just click the like button or you just leave a comment of Jeep, you know, just something. That way I know it's worth recording this stuff still. Because I'm going to do this either way. But filming it's the hard part. Editing, remember to film it, sitting in the garage talking to myself, which I'm really talking to you, but it's talking to myself. It's a little weird. And then I got all the editing to do. I got to sit there and listen to myself talk forever. So just let me know you watched. Let me know if you want certain things or give me Jeep tips. I don't know shit about Jeeps. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one.